Hey everyone, welcome to the Explainer. All right, today we are tackling a big one, the PL200 exam. If you've ever thought about becoming a Microsoft Power Platform functional consultant, this is for you. We're going to break down the official study guide piece by piece so you know exactly what you're up against and, more importantly, how to crush it. So, here's how we're going to do this. First, we'll get into what a consultant even is. What do they actually do? Then, we'll peek under the hood of the exam itself, see how it's structured. After that, we're diving deep into the big stuff, mastering the Dataverse, building with Power Apps, creating some really cool automations, and finally, how to manage the whole shebang. Okay, let's kick things off with the most important question, right? Who is the certification actually for? I mean, what does a Power Platform functional consultant do all day? Let's paint a picture. And this is a really big deal because the entire exam is built around this question. It's not just a quiz on tech features. No way. It's all about testing whether you can take that tech knowledge and use it to solve real-world business problems. That's the key. So what are we talking about? Well, you're basically a translator. You're the bridge between what the business wants and what the technology can do. You've got to perform discovery, really listen to what people need, and then turn those needs into a solid plan. It's kind of like being a business analyst, a solution architect, and even a trainer all at once. You wear a lot of hats in this role. And these are the tools of the trade, your toolkit. You absolutely have to be solid on every single one of these. We're talking Dataverse, Power Apps, Power Automate, you name it. Why? Because these are the Lego bricks you'll use to build pretty much any solution on the platform. They're non-negotiable. Okay, so we know the who and the what. Now let's get strategic and look at the exam blueprint. Honestly, understanding how this thing is scored and what the heavy hitter sections are, that's half the battle right there. All right, now check this out. This donut chart is super revealing. Look at that. Dataverse, Power Apps, and automation are all sitting at 27.5%. That is a huge clue. It's telling you loud and clear. You can't just be a Power Apps wizard or an automation guru. You have to be good at all three. This exam is looking for a well-rounded consultant, not a specialist. Being a one-trick pony just isn't going to cut it. So let's jump into our first massive section, the Dataverse. Honestly, if the Power Platform is a body, the Dataverse is its brain and central nervous system. It's this super smart, super secure database where all the important information lives. Everything starts here. And you know what? This right here says everything you need to know. It all starts with a solid data model. Seriously. If you mess this up, it's like building a skyscraper on sand. Everything else you build on top, your apps, your automations, it's all going to be shaky. Get this right, and you're golden. Get it wrong? Well, you're in for a world of hurt later on. So this is where the exam really tests your inner architect. Can you create the tables? Can you define the relationships between them? Can you build out the columns? It's all about creating that perfect data skeleton that mirrors how the business actually works. It's a puzzle, and you've got to get the pieces just right. Of course, having the data is one thing. Securing it is another beast entirely. And that's the other side of the Dataverse coin. You have to be a master of security. We're talking business units, security roles, who's on what team. You'll even need to know how to lock down a single column of data. The exam will grill you on this, so you've got to know it inside and out. All right, our data foundation is solid, it's secure. Now for the fun part. Let's build the stuff that people actually see and touch. We're moving into Power Apps, which is all about creating the user experience and bringing that data to life. Now, a massive piece of the consulting puzzle is knowing which tool to pull out of your toolbox. You've got two main flavors, model-driven and Canvas apps. Think of it like this. Are you building a complex, data-heavy system for back-office users? That screams model-driven. Or are you creating a sleek, simple, task-focused mobile app? That's a job for a Canvas app. Knowing when to use which is, well, it's non-negotiable for a consultant. And hey, let's not forget about Power Pages, because what happens when you need people outside your company to interact with your data? Maybe customers or partners? That's where Power Pages comes in. The exam wants to know, can you build a secure external-facing website, think customer portal, that talks directly and safely to all that juicy data you have in the Dataverse? Okay, we've built the interface. Now it's time to look behind the curtain at the real magic, the smart automation. This is all about the processes that run in the background, making everything tick, using tools like Power Automate. Think of Power Automate Cloud Flows as the tireless workhorses of your solutions. These things are amazing. They can connect to hundreds of different services and automate just about anything you can dream up, from a simple email notification to a super complex multi-stage approval process. Your job is to know how to build them, how to keep them running, and, how to fix them when they break. And this is where things get really, really cool. We're talking about low-code logic. Tools like business rules and business process flows are your superpowers. They let you build in complex logic. Like, if this field is yes, then show these other 3 fields, all without writing a single line of traditional code. It's incredibly powerful. All right, our final section is all about going pro. It's not just about building cool stuff, it's about managing it properly from start to finish. We're talking about the entire lifecycle of your application, a process we call ALM, or Application Lifecycle Management. See, a real consultant doesn't just throw things over the wall and hope for the best. Nope, you have to be professional. That means you build in a safe development space, you package up your work neatly into solutions, and you run checks to find problems before they ever get to the users. It's all about discipline and making sure you're not breaking things. And a critical piece of this is understanding the difference between managed and unmanaged solutions. This is so, so important. The easiest way to think about it is this. Unmanaged is your workshop. It's your source code where all the tools are out and you're making a mess. Managed is the finished product in the showroom. It's locked down, polished, and ready for customers. You never work in the showroom. Knowing which one to use and when is just fundamental. So what's next for you? How do you actually get there? Well, the path to certification is pretty clear. Number 1, and this is the big one, get your hands dirty. You have to build stuff. There's just no way around it. Then hit up Microsoft Learn. It's an absolute goldmine of free training. Take the practice tests to see where you stand, and then, when you feel ready, go schedule that exam and get it done. So as you can see from this whole tour, the PL200 is so much more than a tech exam. It's really a test to see if you can be that bridge, that architect of business solutions. It's about listening, designing, and building things that actually matter. So the real question isn't just about passing a test. It's, are you ready to become that architect?